All right, everybody. So it's that time. Excited to see all of these beautiful faces. It is Monday. Let me see your teeth on this beautiful Monday morning. Well, some of y'all look a little mean showing you. I meant smile. I didn't mean like growl at me and stuff. All right, there we go. Beautiful. So this week is absolutely nuts. It's crazy. I'm losing my voice a little bit here. I'm getting ready, like right now, cars are getting packed, clothes are getting packed, stuff's crazy, headed to Arizona here literally in the next few hours. Who is going to be and who's fired up about joining us at EPIK 2019? Give me some hands. Yeah? Oh, I see some sad faces too. Okay, so here's how I want to get started. Let's do this. It is Monday. We all have so many reasons to be thankful. We have so many blessings, even though it may seem like shit is going absolutely crazy and haywire in your life. Remember this, there's a blessing buried in there somewhere. Every adversity comes with the seed of an equal or greater benefit, but you have to be willing to see it. You cannot see it if your heart is not in a place of gratitude. I think it's even more important sometimes in the tough times that we search and seek and lead with gratitude. Because it's easy to do it when everything's going well, right? So there's so much for all of us to be thankful for, so many blessings that we all have. So I would just love for y'all to just take a minute, literally 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and think of something, allow yourself to go somewhere and you know, that takes you to a place of gratitude. What are you grateful for? Is it a person? Is it a thing? Is it an environment? What is it? What are you grateful for? Just take a moment and do that. Okay, beautiful. Now we can get started. So give me a big thumbs up if you're ready to rock and roll. I've got quite a list of things to get through here. Just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, this week is going to be different. If you notice, there's been no host on today. This entire week is crazy. Literally, I know that we've got a lot of individuals that are going to be headed in. We've got a Train the Trainer happening on literally tomorrow in Phoenix or wherever the heck we are around Phoenix area. Wednesday, we've got a COC outing for those of you that are Circle of Champions. Super excited about getting out and tearing up some desert with y'all, which is going to be awesome. Then we've got Thursday, which is going to be the excursions that hopefully you guys have had an opportunity to sign up for. Then on Friday, we're going to be kicking off the festivities, EPIK 2019. It's going to be awesome. Saturday, we have lots of content and obviously the gala, which is going to be awesome. Hopefully y'all have your great Gatsby themed attire, which is going to be super cool. I'm so excited to see all you guys in your get-ups. And then on Sunday, the first ever playbook event in Pruvit history, which I'm telling you is going to be freaking awesome. And here's what's so cool. All of you have a leg up. Literally, you're going to literally be able to learn and absorb and apply and create so much more of an awareness because of what you've been participating in for the last 18 days. Today is day 18. And by the way, do me this. In the chat, give me a big fist bump. Give me a thumbs up. If you, or actually do this, on a scale of 1 to 10, in the last 18 days, I would love to know how much on a scale of 1 to 10 value that you've got from this 90-day Rhino run. And we're not even a third of the way through it. 10, 1, 10, 9 million. Hey, y'all don't know how to follow instructions, do you? Okay, cool, amazing. I'm gonna take that as you got some serious value, which is fantastic. And then, by the way, who's excited for? Oh, y'all see it, don't you? You see it? Oh, it even just smelled. You used to hear. Oh, it's huffing that thing, baby. It is amazing. I'm gonna tell y'all. Keto Up will absolutely change the game for many of you. It's a whole new product category. This is something that is going to, and that's why being in a state of action and activity right now is going to best serve you. For some of you, if you're like, man, I could be doing more, this is the week that you really, truly want to start ramping up. Yes, I'm okay over here. Sorry if that was a little weird. I'm just telling you, I'm super excited about this little can. It is absolutely going to change your business. Why? Just because of the dynamic of it. It is a product category that has shown massive success out there in the marketplace. And what's cool is that this is better than anything out there. This is better than anything of anyone that you know that they're spending their hard-earned dollars on. And this is actually going to be good for them. It's actually going to get them results versus the opposite. So super excited about that. Sorry for getting off track. A couple of things real quick, and I got to roll through this stuff because we don't have much time, but this week's going to be a little different. You're going to get a different pro champ every day, tuning in for literally 10 to 15 minutes, giving you some best practices. You're going to most likely get a chance to see some things live from EPIK for those of you that will not be there. And it's going to be great. Why? Because it's going to be short. It's going to be sweet. You're going to get some awesome, awesome insights. And then you're going to get some solid calls to action. Because regardless, even if you're like, hey, man, I'm ready to go to EPIK, for God's sakes, don't take off this week because you're going to EPIK. 10x your activity this week because you're going to EPIK. Here's something I learned a long time ago because I did it. I used to, before events, I would prepare for the events. And meaning I would like start to shut down. I'm like, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in the mix. And my activity would drop prior to the event. And here's what that did. Coming out of the other end, if I took instances and situations in which I was taking massive action into the event, my results and my action and activity and my belief and my awareness is on the other side, literally 10x'd my business every time. If I was waiting, if I was dormant, if I was looking forward to this event where I was going to learn things and do things, it took me a while to ramp up post-event. Does this make sense? Like I'm telling you right now, like if you're doing 5 this week, do 10. I challenge all of you right here and now to increase your activity going into the event. For some of you are like, well, I'm not going to the event. Even more reason for you to 10x your action and your activity. Why? Because your team, parts of your team, your community are going to the event. These trainings next week will be fire. They will be fire. Why? Because when you bring synergistically all the achievement of Pruvit together in one spot, it's impossible. It's impossible unless you're literally dead inside. It is impossible not to have your belief raise. And for all of us, as we increase our belief, we increase our certainty. When we increase our certainty, it transmutes it literally to every person that we talk to, that we come in contact with. So it's so incredibly important that you're 10xing your actions this week. Couple things real quick. Please make sure you register your tickets today. Register your tickets. Get your tickets done. Get them registered. Here's something I'm going to tell you. Have any of you ever just taken a last minute off the cuff trip? Like it was just a last minute trip. You didn't know if you were going to do it. You checked plane tickets. You checked some accommodations. You made some things work. It's something you did with your friend last minute. And literally it was one of the most memorable times of your life. Why? Because you didn't get so in your head in terms of your preparation. Some of you guys are like me. You're so OCD and planning and doing stuff that you can't even enjoy the shit you're doing because you're so planned out in it. And sometimes that last minute stuff that you're not planning can be some of the best experiences of your life. Here's what I'm going to tell you. It's not too late to get your little freaking booty into EPIK. It is not. Even if you're there for a day. Even if you're there for a day. Find some freaking last minute, super uber cheap, flying with the cows and the pigs on some damn airline. Get yourself into the environment in Arizona. Find somebody to crash with. And I will tell you, it will absolutely. Why? Because you increased your commitment. It was last minute. It wasn't planned, but what will come out of it will be absolutely incredible. So there's somebody here today that needs to hear this. And if it's just one person, if just one person says, you know what, screw it. I'm going to call off freaking sick one day this week, 2 days this week. I'm going to find some stupid cheap plane ticket, even if I got to drive 3 hours to that airport or whatever it is. Here's my point. It's not going to be convenient, but because you are going to navigate and you're going to make it happen, you will get so much more out of it. I promise you. It will change the trajectory of something you'll get. I don't know what it'll be. It'll be an association. It'll be an awareness. It will be something that you get that will change the trajectory of your business. I promise you that. It never fails. I personally give you a full money back guarantee. And I've done that now for a very long time, and I've never had to pay. I've never had to reimburse anybody. So I'm telling you, don't give up. And don't give up on someone on your team that needs to be there. There's still time. You've got to today, you get your ticket registered. There's plenty of people out there that that you don't even know it yet. You bought some extra tickets and now you're like, should I sell this thing? No, you shouldn't. You should find somebody that needs better in their life and get them in this environment. Don't give up. It's a game changer. So next, we're on day 18 of 90, right? So we haven't even got started yet. And some of you are already starting to, oh man, it's kind of like making a commitment to go work out at the gym, right? It's like, it was really exciting in week 1, and now to week 2, it tapered off a little bit because you were sore. Week 3, it's like, oh yeah. So that's success. There's a reason why everyone you know is not successful. And literally just showing up is 90% of it. And then the other part is just literally being consistent. The days you don't want to do it is the days you need to do it even more. I promise you that. It's super important that you recommit to your consistency. That's going to be part of your call to action today. But it's 90 days. And I'm going to just give you a little bit of insight to your business and how it works. It's like the Chinese bamboo, except a much shorter half-life. Meaning, here's what I mean by that. Your business, the results that you want to see in your business, that includes your volume. That includes people's awarenesses. That includes, how much money you're making. All of these things that you're trying to accomplish in your business, they all happen in 90-day increments. I'm telling you, this is like gospel. The action that you're taking today is not going to show up tomorrow. It's not even going to show up next week. It may not even show up in the month of March, but it will show up in the month of May. I promise you that, if you're willing to stay consistent. And here's what you don't even realize. You plant some seeds today and you wonder why they're not coming up. Even some of you that don't show consistency, you're going to start seeing things sprout before summer. And because you decided not to be consistent for whatever reason, they were not as big of jumps or as big of increases or as big of results as you would have otherwise wanted, because you didn't get the momentum going that you needed in order to get to where you want to go. So it's incredibly important that you see this 90 days through. And if you see this 90 days through, what you did in day 1, what you learned in day 1, your very first call to action on day 2 is going to start coming to fruition at the end of this 90 days, on day 91, on day 92, on day 93. I promise. Some of you like, man, you're just blowing smoke. We'll see. In 90 days, some of you will be like I was, dumb enough to actually just listen and do it. And you literally, people look back, oh, how'd they do it? Oh, they got lucky. Oh, they just found the right person. No, they were consistent, they committed, and they saw it through. So change happens in a moment. I was listening to an awesome talk by Joel Osteen yesterday, and he literally just used all these incredible examples. And it's funny because I was talking to my buddy Michael Rutherford last week, and he said, you know what's funny, man? I've literally been working my ass off, broke as a joke. I've been in this thing for 12 years, been working my ass off, broke as a joke for 10 of them, and I've been freaking absolutely living the dream for the last 2. And the point is that, and I look at my career, 13 years in this industry, and I'm like, my God, it was such a freaking struggle, such a back and forth, such a learning experience, such a breakdown of the muscles without seeing any real true or on the outside seeing growth, even though growth was happening on the inside. That's what's key. Growth is happening on the inside. But what he talked about was how change happens in a moment. If your consistencies are consistent, if the things that you have been sowing into over time, the thing is that it's so important to be prepared, because when change happens, it happens in a literal moment. It can happen in an hour. It can happen in a day. I was talking to my buddy and Circle of Champion, Josh Nelson, on the way to the gym the other day, and I said, you realize if I was to look back over the last 3 years, I can literally pinpoint the hour in the day in which all of my consistency came to a head and the shift happened. And literally, I remember it. I literally remember the hour in the day in which it occurred. And it was like, boom. I opened up my back office and I was like, holy shite, this is freaking nuts. Because it just went. It just went. It was like the Chinese bamboo where you can water it, seeing nothing. And all of a sudden, bam, that thing shoots up what seems like overnight. You have to be prepared for that. So many of you, you're literally praying at night before you go to bed. You want that change. You can't wait for that change. My point being is that if you're not prepared for it, it's not going to happen. You have to prepare for the change now. You have to commit to consistency now. It's incredibly important. When change happens, you have to be able to embrace it and take full advantage of it, right? Because or else you're going to be back to where you started because you don't have the awarenesses you need, nor do you have the momentum that you need to see it through to the next level. I already talked about EPIK. So here's what I would like for you guys to do. First off, I'm going to challenge you to recap the last couple weeks. The content that you've got over the last couple weeks has been incredible. I've been going back and listening to it. For some of you that are going to be traveling this week, throw it in your earbud. Go back and listen to the recordings on our YouTube channel, right? Some of the things that Kelsey talked about, Abigail's Connect, Katie and Alexis's attraction pieces. Like, there was absolute gold that has been dished out over the past couple weeks. Here's my point. I don't want you to just know it. Now, excuse me, I'm getting a little preachy and a little coach. Do I have permission to coach you? Okay. If you want a big ass freaking world changing, game changing, making people mother effing better business, then you need to not just know it, you need to own it. There's a big difference between knowing it and owning it. I got a lot of things in my life that I know about, very few things that I own. I literally own it. Right? This is massively important. I don't want you to know it. I want you to own it with massive conviction, with massive certainty. You should literally be able to deliver the content that you've learned over the last couple weeks yourself to your team with absolute certainty. Why? Because you're applying it with current credibility in your own life and your own business. Know it. The last 3 weeks have been gold. It's the foundation for the massive business and the massive impact that you want to make. Own it. Take notes on it. Fall asleep at night and allow it to seep into your subconscious. It's that important because it's all the same basic shit that we do over and over again. You need to figure out how you're going to make it work for you, how you're going to own it with your style, not being like any of the people that you've heard, but being like you, but taking the foundational elements that you've been learning and applying them in your style with your certainty. It's going to be incredibly, incredibly important. So recap the last few weeks that they're on the YouTube channel. You need to just pop it on and listen. Take notes. Dig in. Okay? Don't just know it, own it. Here we go. Calls to action very, very quickly. Number one, call to action. And this is important because I literally remember my very first bodybuilding show. I had to recommit to my training every week. There were times in the beginning I had to recommit to my training every day. Literally, I shit you not, because it was just like, why am I doing this? This is freaking insane. This is insane. How dumb. Like, I literally had to do a pep talk every day. And then it was every week. And before you know it, you know what? Once again, change happens in a moment, because we'd take my pictures at the end of every week and I'm like, I don't see nothing happening. I'll never be ready in time. I'll never be ready at the end of this prep. And then all of a sudden, literally, a couple weeks out, it's like change happened in a moment. Now, change was happening along the way, but through Brian's eyes, Brian sees Brian all the time. Brian judges Brian probably harder than anybody else judges Brian. So here's the point, is that change happens in a moment. But the most important thing right here and now is for you to recommit to the commitment you made to yourself 18 days ago. I want you to recommit. Sit down, take some time, 5 to 10 minutes of meditation, and just say, you know what? I need to recommit to my initial commitment. It's okay to do that. We're human beings. We're not freaking perfect, right? I don't care if you have to recommit every day for the next 90 days. Do it. Every week, every month, it doesn't matter. Just do it. Recommit to your initial commitments. Number 2, adjust your DMO accordingly. This week, you will have the ability, based on synergy. You understand that the synergy creates what's called the entourage effect. What is the entourage effect? The entourage effect is 1 + 1 = 5. No, it doesn't. Brian, you said you weren't good at geology or geography. By the way, that's the freaking joke, people. For those of you who thought I was just dumb, no, okay? I know what it is, okay? I know what it is, okay? So point being is this. Entourage effect, you can't explain it. It doesn't make sense. The definition of synergy is that each individual part is less than and not equal to the combination of those synergistic pieces if they're put together. That's not the perfect definition. It's a lot more eloquent if you look it up in the dictionary. But if you look up synergy, basically none of the individual parts are as powerful as the combination of them together. So it's the entourage effect. This week, I promise you, if you take 10x action, you'll get 100x return. Why? Because of the synergy that this week is going to create for everybody that's in this environment. So adjust your DMO accordingly this week. I want you to step it up. Lastly, commit right now today, immediately following this, to 5, A, C, or E. Some of you, you need more traction. Some of you, you've made some attraction and you've dropped the ball in connection. Some of you have attracted and connected and you have not followed through with the experience and enrollment piece, right? 5 different points. I don't care which it is. It could be 2A, 1C, and 2E, right? It doesn't matter. Point is 5. Boom, boom, boom. Go back to your inboxes. Go back to where you left off with somebody. If you haven't started anything, start today. 5 engagements on A, C, or E. Super simple. For you guys are amazing. I love you. I got to get going. I'm excited to see y'all. Make sure you come see me at EPIK. I'm excited about seeing y'all, hanging out with y'all. For those of you that haven't, right now, figure out a way. Figure out a way to make it happen, right? If you had tickets right now to the freaking Super Bowl and you were a fan of one of the 2 teams that just won, or one of the teams that just won, I guess, New England. I don't even want to talk about that because last year we beat the piss out of them. But anyways, so point being, all right, respect to my boy Brady, but here's the thing. If you were given, right, a massively discounted or free ticket to the Super Bowl and you're like, you would not be thinking about it if you were a fan. And here's the thing. What's funny is you would bend over backwards to go watch somebody else live out their dream. That's what blows me away. You would literally go out of your way. You would compromise relationships with your family. You would compromise your job to literally go cheer someone else following their dream. Yet you won't do it for your own dream. And it's because you lack belief, which is the exact freaking reason why you need to do it. So that's all I got for you. You guys are amazing. Can't wait to see you this week. This week is going to be awesome. Stay tuned for all the pro champs. We're going to be giving you some awesome pro tips. And with that, we'll see you guys when we see you.